Well, hello and welcome back, and thanks for coming back. Where are we? That's what you're wondering. Well, we're lost somewhere up in the hills above Paphos. We're actually lost in the village of Amargeti. It's about 14-15 kilometres from downtown Paphos, and the road is a little bit cobbledy, should we say. So the suspension in the S-Class is clicking and lapping as we go along. But sit back and relax, because we're off to Paphos. Should be quite a pleasant drive. There's some gumbarus there on the left hand side at the coffee shop, and they're thinking, what is this foreigner doing driving around in that black S-Class? There's another coffee shop there, and there's the square market. So guess what? If you're thinking about buying a property up in Amargeti and you're thinking that it's in the middle of nowhere, well, you would be right. But there are two coffee shops and a mini market, and I think there's a mukta as well. Oh, and look, and there's a place selling Kio beer. So most people will be all right. Let's keep going as we wiggle and we waggle, and we're going to join the main road very, very shortly, and we should get a spectacular drive all the way down to Paphos. And it truly is a spectacular day, as you may have noticed. That sky, it's looking pretty blue. And that sea, I promise you, is looking pretty blue. Mr. Paul, I promise you, is dressed head to toe in blue. So of course all that's actually missing is you. So get yourself on a big bird or a canoe and start paddling like crazy, because Cyprus and Paphos, Marika and me, are quite simply waiting for you. Now, it really is a nice little village, by the way, set up above the humidity line, I would say. In the winter, you're probably going to need a log or two for your log burner, but in the summer, of course, at the peak of the summer, which we're approaching now, aren't we? June, July, August, and into September, as those temperatures ramp up, I tell you what, you'll be very, very appreciative that you're living up in Amargeti, because we are above the humidity line, there's no doubt about that. We're about 650 metres up, so of course we get a much clearer sky, we don't get to see the haze, but as we look down on Paphos, we get to watch them cook. That's for sure. It'll be 3 to 4 degrees cooler up here. But obviously, as I've just said, in the winter, of course, that's when you're going to pay for it with those logs or two. Panea, if you're wondering, is 17 kilometres to the left. That's where that famous president and Archbishop Macarius came from. So that's the place where people often go and have a visit and stick their nose in and see what's going on. We're heading towards Paphos, 15-16 kilometres. Guess what? We'll be there. So it's not far. In kilometres, what's that in miles? That's around about 9 to 10 miles. So it's not far, is it? I mean, if you live in London, it obviously seems like a long, long way indeed. But if you live in the Manchester area, should we say, or Lancashire area, 8, 9, 10 miles is not far, is it? If you're going to commute, shall we say. Nice road, by the way, although the road surface is a little bit Sherlock Holmes. You can hear the suspension clicking and clacking as it goes. There's a few undulations in the tarmac. So, of course, if your name is Lady so sweet Caroline, get your bottom on a memory foam pillow. But just before you do, pour a tot or two for the superstar known as Lord Nigel Big Guns. There we go. Shout out to some of the crew. Girl in charge, of course we know, her name is Dame Anne. We've got a lawyer, a girl who's in charge of all the legalities on the show, and of course her name is Miss Anna, my superstar. Big shout out to you, Anna, Mr. Thomas, your husband, and of course the man who's done very, very well in his exams, my friend and your son, Mr. Bart. Dyslin Dobra, as they would say in downtown Krakow. So we're wiggling and we're waggling. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name of this village, because I cannot, that's for sure. My pronunciation is completely and utterly Sherlock Holmes. What I know is that the speed bumps that are coming up are speed bumps from hell. So brace yourself. They really are big speed bumps indeed. Very sleepy, very quiet little village that begins with an A and it's got an X in it and a Y in it, and some other bits and bobs. Another coffee shop coming up. If you want to go drinking that coffee and you want a Kio beer, this could be that place for you. There's two Gumarus having a chat about life. What have we got over here? Church over there. What a nice viewing platform. Oh, that's a platform up there. Never noticed that before. There's a raised platform up there with a big spiral staircase going up to it, which is nice. You never know. One day we might go and treat you to it. There it is. How'd you say that? A-X-Y-L-O-U, Exolio, I don't know. But anyway, that's where we are. But we're heading in the direction of Paphos. So stick with us, because slowly but surely, as we get over this sort of crest, we're going to start to drop down towards Paphos. And the views there are going to be spectacular. What's going on here? There's a bit of a sheep and a goat yogurt. Cheese and sheep yogurt. There we are. If you want some authentic sheep and goat yogurt, that could be the shop for you. I think there's a police station coming up here as well, if I remember rightly. I'm sure just up here there's some barrows in blue hanging out. I think they're hanging out in that building there. I've seen them once or twice. And then the Mukhtar, that's the mayor or the local councillor, he hangs out in that building over there. And if you want a kebab or a sandwich and a glass of orange, you pop in there on the right hand side. There you go. And that's that village over. Now the views are going to start to begin. We're sort of coming out, we're on the crest, and then we're going to start to descend down towards Paphos, and you're going to get a great view, and hopefully a great little drive. So sit back and relax, adjust the flip-flops, have a sup or two on that rum and coke if your name is Mr. Doug. Guess what? This drive is especially for you. Now if you look in the distance over there, that is actually Memphis Hills. Yeah, so that's right on the top of the Amargeti mountain, and that is Memphis Hills. That's a luxury resort, spa, hotel, and some multi-million euro villas all built around it. And of course there's the golf course there as too. Bon voyage, as they say. Let's keep going. Now, I want to do a big thank you to some of the people who like to come back now and again and watch the little show known as Marika and Me. We've got Lady Heather and Sir Steve. Thank you very much for becoming one of our superstar members. Of course, Dayman, we thank you very much indeed. The list goes on. Michael Crompton, we thank you from the bottom of our heart. We really do. And we thank all the people that keep going and buying us a coffee or two on the Buy Me a Coffee platform, as a thank you, as a salute, or perhaps to motivate us to make a special video for them. Murray and Jen, thank you very much for those coffees, and we understand you're going to have a great holiday in the St. George Hotel and Beach and Spa Resort. You really will, and you never know, you might get to bump into us in the downtown Paphos Harbour, and we really hope that we meet the world. That's what we hope. There's some superstars out there, there really is, and we want to meet each and every one of you. Now that's a nice villa, isn't it? Look at that coming up there. If you look on top of that little peak, there's a nice bit of tarmac and some trees, and then the villa is just on the cusp. So I can promise you that villa is probably got a truly spectacular view indeed. Perhaps that could be the villa for us, you never know. Other ways you can keep the channel afloat, well, you can buy us a coffee on the Buy Me a Coffee platform, as I've just said. You can become a superstar member on the Buy Me a Coffee platform at only €10 a month. Makes it all simple. €10 just goes and it keeps us afloat. Thank you very much. You can also hunt us down on the thanks button on YouTube itself. So you've got the thumbs up, the thumbs down, we don't really mind. Scroll across, you can download clips, you can make shorts and all those kind of things. And there's a little heart with a little $sign in it, and that is the super thanks button. And again, we thank some of our superstars who go through and hit that button now and again. Philip and Sharon Hicks, thank you very much. RJ, thank you very much. Lord Richie, thank you very much. The list again goes on and on. And we truly do appreciate and thank each and every person that chooses to send us that little donation. Keeps us afloat, and of course, if you want a special video made for you, you let us know, and we'll do our very best to go and do it for you in the next week or so. That sky is looking blue, isn't it? If you're looking for somewhere to come to retire, whether it be for the rest of your life or perhaps you're relocating for work, that kind of thing, Cyprus is a great place to come. We've got some great food, we've got some great sun, we've got a great blue ocean called the Mediterranean Sea, and it's a spectacularity of a place to come. We've got some great schools if you've got some kids from all ages. We've got some universities, and we've got some new ones being built as well. And of course, on top of all of that, the taxes are very low. So this is one of the reasons why a lot of people like to come to Cyprus, and in particular they choose Paphos, because Paphos is very, very cosmopolitan, and of course it's a great place to come. Now, here we go. The views are going to start. We're going to wiggle and we're going to waggle through this mountain range, and slowly but surely we're going to hit Paphos. In the very, very distance over there is actually downtown Cato, Paphos. Yes, you heard me correctly. The views are spectacular. We're wiggling around to the left now, and we're probably aiming towards Basuri and Limassol. But I promise you, we're going to wiggle and waggle around to the right as well. You're going to get some spectacular views downtown Paphos on a spectacular day indeed. And if you're wondering what the weather is, perhaps if your name is Miss Dawn, you've got a husband called Mr. Sean, a little cat called Miss Daisy, and of course a very, very clever dog called Mr. Bobo. The temperature today is around about 27 degrees, and they are predicting a high of 30 degrees today. So to be honest, we're living in downtown paradise. I don't think there's going to be any rain coming now, certainly not in July, certainly not in August or September. You never know. We may get a drop or two in October. But October's a great month as well, by the way, if you're looking for a more reasonably priced holiday, should we say. The prices come down, don't they, in October and November. And many people come year after year in October and November and even into December, because the weather, to be honest, is normally very, very good. We get a shower or two, but of course with the heat that goes with it, probably 24, 25 degrees. As soon as the rain stops, of course, the ambient temperature warms up, and all of that rain, well, it evaporates away. There we go, simple as that. As we drop down, as you can see, the dust levels in the sky get that little bit higher. So of course it does, well, take a bit of the blueness away, shall we say. But it's still a spectacular view indeed as we descend and we descend and we descend. In the distance now are the lowlands and the flatlands of an area called Mandrea and Timi. And of course that's where the Paphos airport is. So if you're flying into Paphos, that's where you're going to land. And you're going to get on a bus, in a car, a taxi, or perhaps walk, I don't know. Then you're going to walk into Paphos and take you a couple of hours on foot, that's for sure. Taxi, around about 15 minutes. Bus, should we say 20 minutes or so. That's Paphos Airport in the very, very distance. Once you look over these, well, what should we call it? Rubbish tips, that's what they are. Landfills, oh dear, don't tell the EU, because apparently we haven't got any. I promised to block them out and edit them out on the film. No, I won't. I'm too stupid. There we go. Let's keep going. We're descending and we're descending, and slowly but surely we are going to get down to the highway. I think we will drop down a bit further and go to the old airport road, so you understand exactly where we are. Okay, we are going to crisscross over or under the highway itself, which is the main Limassol to Paphos road, and then drop down onto the old airport road. So that's the road from the airport to Paphos. And in the very distance, as I've said, that is Paphos Airport. If you look very, very carefully, you can actually see the end of the airport landing. So we are live on Marika and me. Let's go and talk to Marika. Yes, my dear. Yes. I'm driving from Amargeti down towards Mandrea, and we're live filming. Would you like to say hello to everyone? Hold on a second. Let's put it on speaker. Say hello to the crew.
Hello everybody. Mr. Paul. I just said something bad. Mr. Paul, me and Della are going to the beach.
To the beach or the beach?
To the beach.
To the beach.
Me and your grandmother.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. I'll speak to you later.
Oh, okay. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
See you in a bit. Bye-bye. There we are. See? Live on Marika and me. The real life of Mr. Paul and Miss Otching will see the out of the booth. There we are. Big diggering going on absolutely everywhere, as you can see. It's what they're doing, I don't know, but I mean every road in the whole of Paphos, I think in the whole of Cyprus, is just getting dug up. I think there's a lot of money coming from the EU, and they are desperately trying to spend it as fast as they can get it, because pretty much every road I've ever travelled on in the last 2-3 months has either been dug up or is being dug up. It's simple. There we go. The bridge we're going to go under now is the Paphos to Limassol highway, and so we're going to go under it, and and then we're going to drop down to the old road, which we refer to as locals as the old airport road, airport to Paphos or airport to Limassol. So I'm going to say thanks for watching, and of course if you do like what you see, why not hit that like, click that subscribe, and perhaps come back for that little bit more of my complete and utter insanity. I'm going to let you finish with a spectacular view as we wiggle around to the left and the right, and we're going to start the final descent down to the lower airport to Paphos Road. And there's some new signs going up. Look at that, Bon Voyage. Look at that. I wonder how much they've paid for those. I wonder how much someone's got their hand in the pocket for those rather simple concrete structures. And the two French words, Bon Voyage. 100,000 probably. There we go. Paphos Airport is in the distance, and we're going to come into land very, very soon indeed. Whoops, that's a snake. Did you see it? That was a dead black snake. Don't tell Marika, and don't tell anybody else, because a lot of people don't like snakes, do they? Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit that like, click that subscribe, and perhaps come back for a little bit more of my complete and utter madness. Thanks for watching.